Good evening. We have got a little jingle coming. Bill said he is doing one.
Yeah, I did one with claps. Do you not like it?
So it was good, mate. Yeah, but we need to have a proper jingle.
Yeah, true.
So, right, it is Sunday. It's your Sunday fix for all that non-league Sussex football. And I'm here with the team. Monty, let's go with you. We saw the result. Must make your weekend with Arsenal going to the ref and having a little cry, saying there was a foul on the keeper. How's your weekend, mate?
Oh, wonderful! What a weekend! What a weekend! It's only downside was obviously City winning yesterday, but big win for Arsenal today. Under 18s trials as well out the way. First set of them done. So on Thursday for those, and then get the squad finalised. So yeah, all systems are go for next season already. Yeah, for off here.
Nice. And just above me here on my screen is Billy the Project. Where will I be this season, Wood? How are we, mate?
I'm good. Better than I was on Monday.
Yeah.
I addressed the elephant in the room straight away. It's been good, mate. Actually, we had our awards thing at Hastings on Friday night, which was it was hugely it was rammed. Like we've had with all due respect, apart from the under 23s winning the county cup, it's been a poor year, right? It's been a poor year. So to see it so packed with everyone from like the 18 squads, both the boys and men's and women's, and the women's team, the men's team, the disability side, the 23s, the 18s, the lot. And
I've got to address that in a minute. I've got to address that.
So it's good. I hosted the awards as well and got very drunk as the night went on, which was great. And led me to saying stuff I shouldn't say. And then after that, what did I do at the weekend? What did I do? I went to where did I go yesterday? Saturday. I went. I saw a local cup final at the ground. I was not very, very good. A little bit worse for wear. Yeah. And then Sunday today, my daughter had a game. And then I watched the Hastings United Inclusive and Disability side play against the Eastbourne Borough Inclusive and Disability team. Hastings United won in the last corner of the game. It's 3-3. They were at one point. They were, I think it was 3-1 down or whatever, or 2. They went 2-0 up, 3-2 down, and then the last kick of the game, they win 4-3. It kicked off at a disability game. Borough were fuming. They were fuming. But then I posted on social media in a bit. Like I went and took a video of all the players celebrating in the dressing room. It was great. It was great fun. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Good. Well, mine's been a bit of a mental one. Went to Wembley today to go watch the National League playoff final, and I literally got back 10 minutes ago, and I made sure I was back in time to be here tonight because let me say, we have got an action-packed pod tonight for you all to enjoy. So we're going to have to go. The man to my top left, Mr. Ange, Mr. Mike, I look like I've been to court. Sir, how are we? How's your weekend been? And let's go from there.
Yeah, the week's been a crazy one in non-league. Crazy one for me personally, with some interests off the pitch, we'll get into in a bit. Yesterday had a fantastic day. Dugout AI, proud now sponsors of the Brighton and Worthing League. It was their cup final yesterday. The mighty Sompton did the treble over TMG. Great day at Culver Road. 285 turned up for a Step 8 game.
Wow.
285. So that is a sign of things to come as we continue to promote the league. And we also have some news that we are now also the partners for the Sussex Sunday Football League. So we're looking forward to that as well. We've got a new cup coming. But what a week we've had.
Wait, Mike, before you go into that, did anyone see the picture I quote tweeted of that Dell United guys?
Yeah.
Well, why is that not blown up anywhere, by the way? Like, I can't get it. I can't understand. So one of the lads who plays for them, so they're obviously Littlehampton based, aren't they? Yeah. And there's a lad there I used to play with at Amarin called Tom Foxon.
Was it Foxton there? Was it? Was he in there?
No, it's not Foxton in the picture.
Oh,
no.
right.
No, I messaged it like because he obviously he messaged me because I quote tweeted that picture. I can't believe that picture's not gone viral. By the way, it's literally gone under the radar. It's a classic. And he messaged me saying, look, just letting you know that person person kind of they said that they gave a permission for that picture, and he went, by the way, it's not me. And I said, I know it's not you. I haven't seen that body for the last 15 years. So not young Tom, that's for sure. But yeah, I just found it hilarious. So but I just wanted to, I know it's going to be a bit of a highly strung podcast tonight, but I just thought to myself, like, imagine someone like, I don't know, a Billingshurst tweeting that. So you would have gone.
Well, we're going to talk about Billingshurst causing fireworks with the Sussex FA later as well.
Yeah.
But first off, gentlemen, shows like this can't be done without the support from our sponsors. So tonight's IBB10 show is proudly sponsored by Freedom Leisure at Bexhill, a Sussex-based not-for-profit charitable trust on a mission to improve lives through leisure, gym, pool and classes, and even soft play for the kids. There's a brilliant team led by General Manager Bobby Deegan down there. Pop down to Bexhill Leisure Centre on Down Road or give them a call on 01424 731 171 and tell them the IBB10 show sent you. Cheers, Freedom Leisure. We couldn't do this without you. Now, gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about today.
We have.
A lot. You know, obviously, we got some things. There's a new goings on at Uckfield today. Billingshurst in trouble with the FA. The meat and potatoes, the facts, Guernsey versus Peacehaven, the controversy that has gone national. We got all the facts. We've had our team review it. We're going into that later. It's so deep that we would recommend that anyone who thinks the stuff we have got there is not fact, get in contact because we've had this checked, double checked, and verified.
That we have.
Triple checked.
But before we also go into that as well, being what we are, a show of news, rumours, updates, what's going on in the world, we get, all of us, 30 to 40 different messages a day. So we've decided, the In the Dugout app, we've added a football rumours section. It's live now. So if you're not already using the In the Dugout app, the #1 app for non-league in Sussex, get on there and you can post your rumours directly, anonymously. Because I tell you what, it takes so many of us to get this going that we have messages all the time. We have it in one place and we will filter the crap from the real because we're all about facts and bringing receipts in this job. Okay?
Not everyone thinks that, though, Mike.
No, not everyone.
And yesterday.
Get them to judge us on our losses because there has been so few. Is all I was.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, in bed by 10 Lee Pen, where are we going to start?
Well, I think we need to start with
my guys.
I think we need to start, Mike, with obviously the statement and news that we heard from yourself this week regarding the SNLF.
Yes.
So if you're more than happy to start there, mate, and then we will go on from there. There's nothing to talk about there. It's just taking it over, and he's like, fuck the rest.
So if anyone's wondering why I'm wearing the old 5-piece today, it's because I'm feeling a bit corporate today. I am, and
we threw you up for some charges.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. They've been cleared. So for those of you that don't know, I was the majority owner of SNLF Media. We ran the 8th most popular non-league podcast in the nation. Recently voted. What can't speak, can't lie. We had 3 founders of the company. That was myself, Mike McCaffrey, Trevor Nell, and Gareth Spinks. SNF co-founder Trevor Nell, a step back from the business. He's going to focus on his new ventures. Anyone who's watched the show or has listened to podcasts know that Trevor's voice, passion, commitment to the Sussex game, none of that would have existed without him. And I'm going to wish him every success for the future. Look, as managing director of that company, there was a disagreement in direction and creative. Okay? It was my decision to part ways with Trevor. I wish Trevor every success. The guy is an award-winning editor in non-league who has a fantastic website, footballwriting.com. Please go and check it out. Okay. He's been in the business writing columns for 15, 16 plus years. After consulting with Gareth Spinks, who, as you might know, is the SNLF food guy, I came to the decision that that company will be ending. Okay. But due to the money that was owed within the business, Dugout AI, another company that I own, has purchased the assets to SNF Media, and we will be bringing it back. That Wednesday podcast will be coming back in June. Okay, that show, for people that don't know, is a results league-based show where we interview managers, players, for etc. Whereas this is more of the talk show. Okay, so what also happens, Gareth Spinks will continue to run the SNLF Instagram, which gets well over 300,000 views every month. Gareth worked tirelessly behind the scenes to do that, so I felt it was only right. Disappointingly, we lose Statman Chris Pryor, a guy who I gave his first show to, the Sussex Statman Show. We brought him onto the podcast. Without a shadow of a doubt, the best man regarding stats in the business. My door will always be open for both of them, always, if they want to do business. If they don't, then we go our separate ways. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that I am now looking, okay, for someone else, a couple more people to move with the times, the SNF Media podcast. Okay. So if you're interested, call me on the number 07496 402 994 or email me mike@thesnf.co.uk. Applications for this will end on the 20th of May, 2026 at 6 p.m. Only because the next day I am off to Cape Verde, for a couple of weeks in there. Okay, so look, the SNF brand is not dying. It has been purchased by my other company, Dugout AI, and we have some big things coming. We're doubling down. Well, you've
already rejected me, mate. So I applied, and I've been rejected. I've been kept to Sundays, mate. So
we had to, Bill.
I felt that with the SNF being a bit more corporate, I felt that Mr. Wood might get me into some legal trouble. Hence why I've just been to see my brief. And unfortunately, Mr. Wood has been rejected. However, non-league, come on, you can come and apply, lads. You know that.
He's got to show his face now because I don't actually know who it is.
Yeah.
He writes some fantastic columns, does that man? He really does. So that's that. Trevor is a fantastic guy. One I had to share absolutely no bad feelings for at all. You know, what we created over the year, 75 shows, podcasts we did, brilliant website, becoming 8th in the Nationals is something we should all be proud of. And I wish Trevor every success for the future. As I said, Gareth will be still involved. And Chris Pryor, my door's open, my phone's open.
Come on, stat man. Come on.
Want to do something?
Come on.
You've got my digits, man. Come
join the fold.
I think people want to say something, Mike, on that, because I think there's people that might think that there was no, because we're on this, so I don't know how we would see Rashford's free kick. I'm looking at these three beautiful men. Like, I'm not looking at Rashford right now, but just wanted to say something on that, Mike, because I think like since we come about, like there's no denying that this podcast, obviously, we get thousands upon thousands of people watching live. And there's a lot of interest and a lot of talk and a lot of good positive feedback as well as negative. And I think there's a lot of people that probably think there's a bit of a rivalry between the two pods. I want to put on record, like on absolute record, from my perspective, and I would say the rest, that whilst we are competitive by nature, human beings, there was never ever from us ever like we both cover Sussex football, but I think we both cover it in different ways. And I think with regards to the SNLF, look, it was a little bit, I'm going to be honest, it was a bit more methodical, and I've been on it as a guest, right? It had it rode the way it rode. Yeah, we rode differently, and maybe it was. You can answer it, but I just wanted to say, Mike, from us, like in fact, as you know, Mike, the birth of that podcast came from my idea.
That was true. For people that don't know, 3 years ago, I got a call from Trevor Nell. We just met. I was in a hotel out on business out in Birmingham. And he said, I've got an idea for a website, a Sussex football website. I just finished playing, coaching and that. And he said that Mr. Billy Wood, that guy there, the project himself, had said that you should do a podcast. Trevor at first wasn't up for a podcast. I said, look, it's not there. There is a market for it. It's a niche market. What can we do? So I think it's documented everywhere. People know I fronted up the cash, and we made it happen.
Yeah,
and we became a fantastic success in there, and we will grow on that. But yeah, you're right, Billy. It was your thing. Can I just address this comment now?
Yeah, go, mate.
Okay. Was there bad feeling from the SNLF towards this pod? Okay, potentially. I had spoke to the guys in November. I had said that I was looking at getting more into a different type of podcast with Lee Penn down there. Lee, as we all know, is the #1 non-league YouTuber in Sussex. That's fact. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Okay. I said I wanted to do a more talk show one, whereas that was best. They, at first, they questioned it. And I said I was going to do it anyway. Okay? Simple as that. Gareth was very up for it. Statman watched it. Trevor, I can understand why I didn't feel that. Okay? Because, he'd helped create that one, and he saw that was potentially a competition. It was to complement it. It's two different types. Okay?
Completely different. Sorry, Mike, just but like I said, when you put the idea to me, I said, I don't want to do a results show. I want to do a show in the way of like your Talk Sport, Jason Cundy, Jamie O'Hara sort of style. And that's what we rolled with. And yeah, look where we are. But you might.
No, there's no denying that for us to have the rub of it, we needed someone else involved that could actually put the cat amongst the pigeons. Okay, someone that's probably been there, done it in all types of different football.
Yeah,
Billy was that guy. Then there's no denying here that the success of this show comes from having Billy and now Goalie on the show as well to complement it. Okay.
Yeah.
So look, was there some animosity? Perhaps, but it never boiled over. Okay. Bearing in mind, I was always in control of both shows. Okay. So I was never going to kill one to kill the other. And that won't happen. That will continue. Okay. So there. But as I said, just to conclude this thing, I wish Trevor every success, a fantastic award-winning writer, brilliant at what he does. Great there. Did we clash on differences? Yeah. Did we bump heads a lot? Yeah. Okay. But something happened last week where I felt that was the end of the line, and I couldn't have that. And I made the decision as MD to say, this is what it is. Okay?
Can we just stop this and just say that actually what happened was you and Trevor met in the street. You both took your tops off, had a proper scrap in the rain, rolled about a little bit after, and that was it. That was the end, yeah? That's the truth, right? That's the true story.
Well, if you've seen that, but look, all the guys, any of the guys that watch that show, thank you for the support in there. It's not dead, it's coming revamped, and that includes a new revamped website that is coming too. Anyway, anyone else that wants to speak to me about that, drop the number down on the hotline down there and crack on. And we just had a message saying this goalie want on mute at the moment. He's been on mute. He's been on mute for 27 episodes. But anyway,
he's got no stats to bring up today. There's no games. I might have some stats for you actually, Monty, while we're on this. While we go into stuff, might be some bits.
So moving on to the next bit, and that is, which we go to you with Bill, and that is Billingshurst. Now, why are they going to be getting told off by the FA?
So Billingshurst, amazingly, got promoted into the Prem, right?
Yeah, right. Well done.
Which massive achievement, huge achievement, great to see. I kind of don't know why there's no playoff medals or what have you. I don't understand that. It'd be great for the league to be able to kind of say, because that really interests me. Because it's I know it's promotion, right? It's winning something. You just won a semi-final, final, and you got yourself through, right? So my thing on that is simple. If there isn't medals for the playoff finalists, next year, it has to happen. Whether Mike sponsors it with all the bet losses he's had, it's got to happen next year. It has to happen. But so Billingshurst got promoted, fair play. In that moment, excitement kicks in, doesn't it? Excitement kicks in, and people want to celebrate. Had it at Hastings when we won the league, we invaded Faversham's pitch. I then caused an invasion on our own pitch myself by inviting people on the pitch the week after. And we see it across the ground for SE Dons, which, by the way, that YouTube, if anyone watched their latest YouTube videos, unbelievable. It's great video. And just you do it. So Billingshurst, they're not the biggest of clubs, let's be real, right? They had a pitch invasion of a bunch of under-8 mascots. The chairman.
Is that they were children, weren't they? Bless them.
And a couple of others with smoke flares, right? Whatever it was, right? Is what it is. They have now been found guilty of whatever it is. I'll pull it up. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Pull it up. Right.
Is it causing unrest or something?
It is alleged that Billingshurst failed to ensure that the spectators and or its supporters conducted themselves in an orderly fashion and refrained from improper, offensive, violent, threatening, abusive, indecent, insulting, provocative words or behaviour contrary to FA rules. This refers to the allegation that after the fixture, a spectator from Billingshurst entered the field of play with a smoke bomb or flare, or spectators from the home team entered the field of play. At least one smoke bomb or flare was used by the home supporters as they celebrate victory or similar. So what they're getting done for, right, is having flares, I think. Right. So double down on it. Exactly. Right. Doubling down on it. I think they might have got away with it just on the pitch invasion. Right. Well, that's if you're going to play us.
We'll get to that today.
Well, we're going to get a peace haven.
Don't worry.
Big on peace haven today.
And look, do you want sanctions for people celebrating promotion? No. Am I a fan of flares? Yes. Have I had problems with flares in the past? Yes. That's it. But unfortunately, flares and the FA really rub. They rub them up the way. They rub them up. They don't like it. I even once brought, true story, I actually purchased some flares for the Hastings supporters.
Do you know what? When I went away to Great Yarmouth, Yeah, with Hastings, not Hastings, Hayward Heath.
You had some flares.
I myself, I took 6 flares onto the thing. Blue ones.
No, but I brought them not knowing the rule. Like I was a naive CEO at the time. I'm like,
but the problem was that match got called off because of fog. Could you imagine?
You wouldn't have seen yours anyway. Mike just standing there with the 2 flares.
Yeah. So look, yes, there's a friendly for Godalming. Godalming Town will be hosting Hastings United in the first friendly exclusive of pre-season. By the way, we'll be going to Godalming. So so back to with the Billy situation. I don't like the fact that they've been done for it.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think it's a little bit petty, but rules are rules, and sadly, it is what it is. But hopefully, they don't really get much with it. And again, this is a great opportunity for us to really celebrate Billingshurst because let's be frank, Monday was a fucking fiasco, and now we can just really, really put a little praise on them and hope that they really can. Next year.
I've just had a message coming on the hotline.
Go on.
Yeah.
Great contributor to the show. John Roberts, father of ER7, Ethan there. He made a good comment because Russ Cochrane has already commented. Worthing had 3,500 invade their pitch when they won. Yeah?
Did they have flares?
And flares.
Yeah, we had flares. I didn't have the flare, but I was on the pitch. John said, did Worthing get fined?
Nope.
How do you know they didn't?
Well, I don't know. Anyone
we can't say that because they probably have, but they're not going to publish it.
Maybe.
Just take you take the punishment. There's many. Trust me, I've had many punishments at Hastings that no one knows about over the years. Right? You just take them on the chin and you move on.
I mean, my verdict on this is what an incredible season Billingshurst has had. Right,
unbelievable.
They were out of the reckoning with maybe 10 games to go. I wrote them off. Yeah. In fact, you're the only one that didn't write them off, to be fair. Yeah. I went up there. They soundly beat Worthing United. Okay. And from what I hear as well, it was great result against the Infinity as well. Yeah. So look, emotions run wild in non-league. A club like Billingshurst get into step 5 there. Okay.
Big achievement.
It's fantastic. Look, have a day off, FA.
Yeah, but they can't have a day off the rules. That's the problem.
This is the
problem, Mike. This is the problem with it. I despise the FA. I despise the way people's suspensions get dealt with. You never ever win. You never ever win with the FA. But they can't have days off of their rules because if they have one day off, then it sets precedent. So they've got to be dicks. And,
You're right.
And I don't think they should be. And I don't think Billingshurst should get a massive fine for this. And I hope they haven't. But my thing on it is this. It's shit, but it is what it is. But who gives a fuck? You're in step 5.
Yeah.
Exactly. Enjoy it.
And it is the kids. Monty, what's your view? Because you actually were with me at the playoff semi versus Worthing United.
I mean, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Obviously, we want to see teams celebrate promotion, especially when it's so unsurprising as Billingshurst was. But obviously, the rules are there for a reason, and you've got to be able to take the punishment if you break those rules. I mean, you look at it, even in the professional game, you bring a flare into the ground, you get ejected. So.
And the club get fined.
And the club get a big fine anyway. So if it's the rules for the big clubs, it's got to be the same rules for the little clubs. As much as I hate to see teams like Billingshurst get fined for celebrating promotion, if the rules are there for a reason. So
I'm all for pitch invasions, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
yeah, pitch invasions. Yeah, absolutely.
For every win, pitch invade.
I wouldn't go that
far. we can't be dropping that and telling people to do that on here. We'll start getting fined for it.
Wait, before we jump on that one below, I'm going to say on the non-league constitution, they can't because if they can't,
they go after the whistle.
I just think, look, yeah, they're in step 5. Look, hopefully the Sussex FA view it in a matter of emotion. These are also kids as well. Yeah, it's not like you've got us four running around half naked on a pitch like it's 2002 in Gelsenkirchen in Germany or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Russ, you're right. It is about safety. It is about insurance. It is the rules. So, and I know, great guy over at Billingshurst, Ollie Berry, fantastic. He used to do brilliant media, by the way. Get in contact with me, Ollie. He put the post up, which stirred it. So there you go.
They'll probably get £150 fine.
Yeah. They can't do more than that. Right, moving on.
Anyone wants to buy any blue fares? I've got 6 of them spare.
Anyway, you still got them?
Yeah.
We'll have to take them down to Shoreham next season when they win a game. Let them off.
What's next?
Right, there is one thing we need to clear up, and we've been hearing it all week, and obviously we chat among ourselves as well. Bill, rumours of jobs that you're being lined up for, mate.
Over 100 of them.
But the main one that seems to keep bouncing about, Ringmer.
Right, put it to bed. So with the Ringmer situation, simple. I wasn't interested in it in any shape or form. They kept messaging about it. Loads of people kept messaging about it. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to see what the situation is there. See if it is as clear cut as what do you call it? Fucking stop texting me, Steph. I'm on a fucking podcast. What are you doing?
Steph watches this as well.
Fucking idiot.
Steph, comment.
So why the fuck is he messaging me? So regarding that, so I thought the more and more people saying, I thought, well, I'll have a sniff and see what the situation is there, right? So I sniffed. That's what I did. I sniffed.
Yeah.
I believe from that sniff, it's going to be internal.
It is. Well, from the sniff.
No, but it's, from my sniff, it was like it's going to be internal. So, which is cool. There you go. By the way, we're going to Guernsey.
We haven't it, are we?
So you.
I'm not sure if they'll let me in after the report.
Yeah, but we're still going. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, you probably have to pay £195 in subs to manage them. But I did sniff. I'm quite transparent because I was like, no chance. I'm not interested in that. And I've told you lot, no chance.
Yeah.
And then the more we were talking, I was like, actually, I'll just ask. I'll ask the situation. So I did, and that's the situation. They were going internal. So I don't know if you guys have heard anything more on that, but that's.
I've heard they go internal.
Really?
Yep.
Rumours are. Is it a second team manager that's coming to take him over?
That's what I've heard as well.
It's
could be the second team manager taking him over.
Right. So the second team manager is the chairman's son.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Well, unless they're related in some way because they've got the same last name. So it might be son, brother, uncle, cousin, auntie. I don't know. Third cousin. I don't know, but
so maybe is his name Dan?
Yeah, I believe so.
Allegedly. Now, obviously, Ringmer. This is only what we've heard. Maybe we don't want to spoil your announcement if that is true that you're gonna do next week. If it is true, if it's not, obviously we are. Let
us know.
Completely wrong.
Oh, Dan is not related to him. We just somehow can't look.
Okay, he's not related.
What do you know, mate?
Come on, Tom.
But look, this is what we've heard that potentially is going internally, and it could be Dan, who is the current second team manager. Now, look, from a boot room type of view, obviously knows the club, obviously worked under the pressure of the club and what they expect. Obviously, Mr. Haddon, who was down there, has left.
But they got the same last name, though. Just want to clear Dan Barnett and Murray Barnett, right?
That's fine. No, we don't expect you to say Tommy. Just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if it's a yes or a no.
They just like just got the same last name, but they're not related in any way.
No. Okay. So there's that. But look, if they do, we wish Dan well. If it is Dan, look, if it's some news, we have had that name sent through over 15 times today. Okay, I personally don't know Dan. Anyone would say, but look, whatever Ring would do, it's definitely not Billy the Project Wood. Beautiful
going
there. But the problem you're probably going to have is recruiting players. At step 6, recruiting players, and
the 195 is the problem, mate. £195 sign-on fee. And yeah, that's what good player. You
and.
And 95, you got to throw a blowjob in for that as well.
195, but also I've heard, but also heard that they might have to pay travel and bookings.
Okay, well,
everyone like that's what you pay your travel. That's what you don't. You pay your travel, Lee. Like even if you're getting paid, your pay is your travel. If you're at that level of football, you might be getting 10, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. Yeah. Unless you pay for me, you're getting 400s and 500s. But, let's be real, the 30s, 40s, especially our price of diesel and petrol at the moment.
Yeah.
That's like not doing anything for you.
Surely
so you do kind of pay your own expenses, or
what about bookings though?
All right, so I'll tell you what I used to do on bookings, and club chairman, take note if you don't do this. Fuck me, Mike. You all right?
Mike's got the free phones.
Oh, Mike, you focus on that. I'm gonna give a tip to any couple.
It's busy tonight.
You crack on with that. I'm gonna give a tip.
No, I just had something about rumour.
Right. Rumor. Right. Hold it there. Hold. Right. So a little tip for any chairman, secretaries, what have you. Players ain't gonna like this if they're at clubs that don't do it, but this should be done. How I've always done it is, if you pay a player, you pay a player. Yeah. If they get booked, the booking comes out of their money.
Agreed.
If they get sent off, it comes out of their money. So when you say about players having to pay their own bookings, essentially they do. Because if they're getting expenses, it gets taken out of their expenses. So if a player's earning 50 quid a week for me, and they get booked, and it's 12 quid, they get 36. They get what's that? £38, right?
Must have been a squad player for 50 quid with you, Bill.
Mate, sometimes they even make the bench at 50 quid. You know.
Money, do you have to pay your own bookings?
No. So what Roffy do is they set a bit of the budget aside at the start of the season to allow for your bookings. Then once you go over, then you have to start paying.
Well, that's bullshit. Roffy, do yourself a favour. Start. So players are not allowed to do a tactical foul. Yeah, they are. Of course they are. But they still get booked for it. They still get booked. They get booked. They have to pay. There might be exceptions. You might think that someone's done something in a game that you might waiver it. I've waived a few red cards in my time, right? But like the rule is, if someone's petulant and what have you, you take it out of the money. And yeah, most clubs do, but any chairman who don't, embrace it.
For us, our little petulant fines, yellow cards, the club will pay the fine to the FA, but the player will have to pay a fine into the team's fine pot for the end of season.
Cool.
What happens to that pot of money at the end of the year?
It goes towards the big old piss up, which our lads have been away for this weekend. They've been in Cardiff. There's not many of them. Only 8 of them have been able to go. So they've had the entire fines pot to spend on the 8 of them.
Did you not go then, Monty?
I was busy. I had trials, didn't I?
I was about to say, you're not even getting picked for the end of season tour now. Looking at the fall of Monty Price here.
Right, that's a show that we'll have to post.
I've heard he's hanging the gloves up just from that fall. Right, moving on from
rumor.
Oh, rumor, go, Mike, go, rumor.
What rumor?
You said there was a rumor.
Yeah. Oh yes, right. So now this has come from quite a credible source.
Okay.
That actually, I can't say. And no, it's not Tommy Haddon. And no, it's not Hart. It's no one like that. Did Ringmer offer themselves voluntary relegation, potentially? I mean, that's quite an astounding rumour to hear.
Well, yeah, it's quite a rumor if it's true. But don't know. But there's only.
I mean, that would be quite embarrassing if true. To be
Yeah.
fair,
Sorry, I completely zoned out. Say that again.
Oh my god!
I've just had a message here saying that Ringmer potentially. Tommy's heard that. Tommy's heard that as well.
Say it again. Say it again. I didn't hear it.
Ringmer offered themselves up for voluntary relegation. Now, for me,
What saved the plucky uckers?
now for me, that would put Harty and Haddon's hard work and the boys on the pitch, meaning nothing, you know.
Well, yeah, of course it would.
But yeah, look, rumours are rumours. Until that's firm, we'll just leave that one like that. But to be fair, the guy that did send that, he ain't missed yet.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Smoke.
Well,
anyway, moving on.
Completely zoned out.
Yeah. Well, Bill, you ain't going to want to zone out from this one. So, moving on, and as Bill said, the plucky uckers. He's loving it. He's lapping that up already.
I'm not lapping up. I actually feel sick this week.
Not lapping it up, but he's ready to talk about it.
Starting to go now.
I think it is. Bill, I mean, you were there for a long time.
Well, not a long time, a good time. But
Good time.
It was a good time, and I genuinely. Right. Okay. So obviously, I got lots and lots of shit for leaving. When I did, I don't have lots of things have gone wrong in my life, and I don't really have regrets because we all make decisions that we do. But the one regret I do actually have is not because I went to Lancing and what was happening there, because I think I learned a lot from that. But my regret was leaving Uckfield. And the reason why I regretted it, and there's many reasons why, okay? You wouldn't believe the amount of man hours I put in our football club. Like I cut the pitch sometimes 6 hours. I would walk on mower for 6 hours a day, like cutting the pitch in a week, right? To make it nice. That's why the nice pattern pitch and what have you. And we spent time and resources to do that. I used to work from the clubhouse, so I used to like go up there and spend my days up there. I would little things like not all of us used to do it. Like Mally, Nick, Bob, Tash, Shell, like Steve.
Nick Bignall's great guy.
Yeah. What's that?
Nick Bignall, great guy.
One of the best, mate. One of the best people I've ever met.
He's leaving as well. Announced he's leaving, didn't he?
Yeah, and this is the thing, yeah. Like for me, like, you know, or even like Jackie and what do you call it? Jackie and bloody, oh my god, I forgot his name. Barry. Over. So like, I got to tell a little funny story before we get into the deep woods of it. All right. So I'm adamant we need a good pitch. Adamant. I'm like, Upfield's, because everyone's battering. Upfield's pitch is shit. So I was like, to get players in the door, I need a good pitch. Yeah. So we got Peter Mannerton in to going to be the same, Bill. If I move on to, can you reword that because I don't get that? So like I got Peter Mannerton in to do the seeding and like sort the pitch out and stuff. Yeah. And I bought we got some sprinklers brought, and like we're sprinkling the pitch. I set up for it to be moved every 2 hours. And Jackie and Barry, who lived in like the static homes next to it, old couple, right, lovely old couple, they would come out at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. to move the sprinklers. Like, no, seriously, I'm not even lying. And then we did that for weeks. Like, yeah, but Russ, the setup, like I drove the setup. If I'm like, and they'll tell you that I drove the setup. So we would like we did that for like we leave the water on for like hours, like to do it, yeah. And we did it for weeks to get the pitch.
On a pitch always floods.
Yeah, but it was hot, Mike. It was a hot, beautiful summer.
I mean, I'm just looking at the sign.
First summer, I actually tanned.
Floods.
Yeah, in like November.
In
pre-season. In pre-season, yeah. So there's all these people did really hard work there, and it was fun. And like we worked so hard in everything we did at that club, improving the clubhouse, improving like everything, and then building a successful, like a side that would have been successful. Who's on the hotline? You're on mute. Yeah. Right. So like we built a successful like playing side as well. You know, we were competing. You know, my last 2 games, like my last 3 games, we went to Seaford, the champions, and beat them. Went 3-0 up in that game, by the way, and beat them. We then went to Oakwood, dogged in on a horrible pitch and won 1-0. Then my last game, the night I actually got asked if I would go into Lancing, which was always going to happen, we lost to Billinghurst, who I never, ever, ever beat. But we were on a good run, really, really good run. And I don't know, it always sat really wrong with me that I left. Like, always sat wrong with me because I don't know, like, it was from the players to everyone. It felt wrong because we were building good crowds as well. We were getting like 80 to 100, sometimes 200 people watching at Little Old Oaks. It was packed for the Oaks. And then we felt like we were riding something. So, like, my biggest regret is leaving then. Okay, I want to make it clear then. Now, we're hearing all this news. Bob, the chairman who stepped down, the guy who kind of came in to replace the situation, who, by the way, and he'll put this on record as well, left with me to go to Lancing. Okay, so he was part of my staff. He was my goalkeeping coach. He went with me, felt he owed Uckfield something, went back. We all felt that, by the way. I just couldn't go back. I never forget sitting and having breakfast before Beckenham. So I'm sitting having breakfast with Tash from the committee and Mally, and we're sitting there, and this is before my first Lancing game, and I'm just like, what have I done? Like, why have I, like, it was that I couldn't go back. It was done, right? But we all felt that. Bob went back, become chairman. Bob stepped in. He's done a good job in the sense of trying to drive it and continue the hard work that we kind of set out. We're alongside with Nick, alongside Mally, alongside Tash, and alongside the team there. Okay, the committee. Bob leaving, and rightly so, because of family commitments. I spoke with Bob today, and I'm not going to share loads of it because I don't think it's right, but he made it real clear it was a family thing. Nick stepping down as well, I think, is similar, if I'm honest. You don't understand, with Nick Bignell, when he puts his all into something, he's all in it, right? He's incredible, all in it. And he is up night.
He's also got a fantastic son called Zach.
Great footballer,
great family.
Yeah.
And he's one that got me into Uckfield, and also he is one that bleeds Uckfield. He is a real Uckfield person, a real clubman. So losing him will be hard. And I worry about their direction. I worry about where it's going to go and if they're just going to accept shit. And what I mean by that is Reese is obviously...
Reese is a good guy, mate.
Yeah, and I don't know Reese. I spoke to Reese today. I don't know him. Obviously, Alex Harris, my older assistant manager, again, he went back. And
Alex is a great guy.
Yeah, Alex is. The thing with Alex, and Alex is watching, and he knows. I said this to him when he took the job there, when he went back, because we all felt we had such a good thing there. We all felt it, right? But we had such a good thing there because we were there. All of us were there. Me, Al, Luke Carter, who he is my clog. He is the clogs to my football. So whoever anything bad about Luke Carter has got it wrong, because he is. Yeah. Bob, Nick, Pipes, my physio, Tash in the background, Mally in the background, Steve on the bar. Like, there was, and all Nick's family. Like, there was it was all of us, right? That's what the success. The success wasn't me. The success, like Michelle Wright, like when Michelle and Paul stepped down, it was a horrible thing for the club, because regardless of her slacking me off on the podcast, Alex Lang, she was really, really massively part of it, right? Massively part of it. And that was why it was successful. And when Al went back, good. I'm glad I had a great spell working with Carts. Yeah, Carts is fucking brilliant. And he is my right-hand man. And whatever, if I ever do anything again, you know he's going to be there with me. Like, I'm just putting everyone out there right now. He ain't going nowhere unless he goes somewhere with me. So,
what do you think's happened with Reese then?
Well, you can speculate. You look. I feel we're awkward saying it. So you speak about what you spoke about, because
Right.
I feel
I spoke to him today, and I feel like things haven't moved on enough. Availability for friendlies, pitch, and that maybe there's some work done. Maybe they can't play there at the moment. Maybe there's some things that just haven't come to the table that should have been on the table by now at the end of the season. The club's at a crossroads. The club's gone from pushing for promotion into step 5 to coming down to now step 7.
yeah.
Which is now intermediate football, basically. Yeah. Okay. And a club round there with a loyal following, beautiful grounds, done wonders with their clubhouse and that.
Which, by the way, we started that. Like we like that. The big thing for me was Upfield was a shithole. No disrespect to the people there, but it wasn't inviting. So Shell, Tash in the summer. Oh my God, it's the best ever summer. We were up there every single day, Mike. All of us. Like getting the windows sorted at the front. That was Michelle Wright driving that. The roof getting fixed. Shell again, to be fair, driving that. Tash sorting out the bar. Players lounge. Creating a players lounge, by the way. Creating a players lounge. Sorting out the physio room. Making a decent manager's office. Like sorting out the toilets. Doing a little like, as Tash would say, the girly bits. Leave the girly bits to us. Right, making everything nice. It was the best, and we all dug in. I was painting the dugouts. Like we were all like Jimmy the painter, unsung hero. He painted all the stands for us and everything because I couldn't stand the blue and black from the old AFC Upfield days and the Wilden days. So we painted it like red. Like he was up there doing it for free. Yeah, but Jimmy the painter, he done that, and all these people. So it's hard seeing like Reece obviously stepping down because he feels he can't take it forward, right? And in this current situation, my fear is
is it obscurity now?
Do you reckon they won't come straight back up?
It depends who's in charge, right? You need to get players at that level, win that league, you need start 5 and 6 players. Because I'm telling you, if now all the Upfield players leave, let's just say, or because they're not having whoever comes in, then and they ask the reserves to step up. With all due respect, they finished second in the championship, Mid Sussex Championship. It's a bit of a different step going into that. Into the league like that. Very similar to Ridgewood when Ridgewood did it, right? Local team that were around the corner from us. They got into Mid Sussex Prem through bashing the league, the championship to bits, and then they got ready. Like they finished bottom, right? Or second bottom, I can't remember. So they can't underestimate what it is. Now my thing is with Upfield, I don't know, maybe it's too close to my chest. There's 2 football clubs. I've been at a few clubs now, but there's only 2 for me. Hastings United.
Yeah.
Even Eastbourne United, my first chairmanship, and I got a lot of love for that club. But it's me, Hastings and Upfield. And I was at Upfield shorter than I was at Eastbourne United.
Well, I've got something to tell you, Bill, that you don't know about.
What?
So 3 weeks ago, I was in a bar, or 4 weeks ago, I was in a bar with Reece.
Right.
We sat down, and I committed something to him for next season, for Upfield.
Why'd you do that?
Because
you going in as assistant or something?
No, financially.
What?
Financially, as an sponsor.
Right, okay.
Yeah. That obviously changes now.
Oh, no, Mike, I'm telling you, hold your horses on that. And the reason I'll say hold your horses, I don't know what's going on there. And you don't know what's going on. No, we don't know. We know there's some feeling from the manager that Alex Harris is not allowed to be part of the management team, right? We've heard that.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
Yeah, you've seen the receipts, okay? Now, because he's not good enough is the reason that was given, okay? Now, his management spell wasn't great, and I told Alex that it wouldn't be because it's the secret, the sauce is the sauce, right? And it's the different ingredients that make the sauce.
Yeah.
And Alex going back there on his own, it was never going to be good. It didn't matter. It didn't matter really. But Alex was also the team that gave, apart from what Reece has done, which is kind of gave hope with some big players like Ebba Mabanga. Ebba Mabanga is a bigger player than I ever brought to that football club, even bigger than Big G, who never played a game, right? But
he signed him.
No, I signed him, and then SC Dons brought Forest Hill Park, so he had to go and play for SC Dons.
Right.
That's what happened. Killed me. The whole point of that, by the way, was he was going to come in because SC Dons wanted to go into non-league football, and he wanted to come and work with me for a year and I was going to teach him how to run a non-league football club for a year. That's why he would come to Upfield. That was the whole deal. And G could actually testify that as well. So going onto it, he was part of a very successful management team as my assistant manager. So if he's not good enough to be part of the staff, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, managers are like I told him, I said, wait 10 years, like, don't be a manager. Don't put your head above the parapet. Go and carry on being in this like assistant, coach, whatever, because like you've got years to do it. Like Al looks older than he is, probably because that Upfield management stint. But like,
to be fair, mate, you're only 27.
I wish, mate. I wish. These wrinkles and the fact that I'm having to wear hats a lot now says otherwise, right? But still got hair. Look, still got the old bar on it.
Mate, I'd say you're looking a bit Homer Simpson with that area.
He's off to Turkey next week.
Yeah, no, he ain't that bad, trust me. But like to say he can't be part of it, like it shouldn't be a committee. Like, and I love those people.
They've been pushed out.
Yeah, but I love those people in a committee, so it's very hard for me to like say bad things about them.
Yes or no, Bill?
But I want to say, if they've been forced out to get someone in the club, in one of the younger teams to manage that team, it's a fucking disgrace, if I'm honest. And it's not
going to work.
It's not a knock on that person. It's not a knock on that person because actually I think I was the one who had cheers, Will. It don't at the moment, mate, under a hat here. But but I think I and it's not a knock because I actually facilitated him coming into the 18s. But the rumor, obviously, you've heard, Mike, and you shared with me about this guy, pushing for the job and pushing the right people. Well, I'm sorry, I don't think players will buy into that.
Is this the under 18s manager?
I don't know if he's the 18s manager now. I don't know what he is, if I'm honest. But
right.
From what I'm hearing, there's the vice chairman at Upfield is 19 years of age.
Really?
Yeah, I found that out today.
Fair play.
No. Fair play for the lads stepping up.
If he's got the minerals.
No, Mike, no, I'm not having that. At 19 years of age, I could barely wank, right? Like, I'm not having.
Late developer Billy.
Maybe,
Yeah.
But like, what I'm saying by that is, like, we as kids make more mistakes than we ever do as adults. Yeah, we learn from our mistakes.
Yeah,
like, you haven't got. I'm like, I'll talk to you about like my music stuff. When I lost N-Dubs at 21, I thought, oh, how can that happen to me? I've done a great job, but actually, I didn't have the experience. I didn't have the life experience, yeah, to do it properly with maturity. So putting a 19-year-old in that situation is not fair, in my opinion. Okay, and he's a young lad that was the assistant to this guy we're talking about, James Charlton, by the way, when I brought him in to help Mally with the 18s, and. Like, okay, and that's Al saying it, not me, right? James can develop and learn and learn and learn. But I've had players call me today. Players have called me and said, with all due respect, if that guy becomes manager of Upfield,
they're not staying.
Players, what, like, it'd be the reserve stepping up, and that could, I'm sorry, could lead to another relegation. It's a bit different if you bring someone like Reece. Probably had like ideas of bringing in step 6 players to go and win that league, right?
I spoke to Reece, right, and he had a list of players. I'm not going to say what here. I had a meeting with him at Shoreham FC, Bill.
Yeah,
and he had a list of players in there, and they look good enough to get them up. Yeah,
it's the same if I went back there. Do you think I wouldn't think the Avengers wouldn't assemble?
Of course they would.
Of course the Avengers would assemble, right? And we would win that league. By like, not to say by Christmas.
Dr. Doom, mate. They do, Dr. Doom.
Yeah, and like, but that's about relationships, isn't it? It's about relationships and about passion, about seeing it. Now, my friends in the committee outfield, I do feel for you being put in this situation at the moment because it all feels like at once. I will always speak highly of every single person there because we had so many laughs along the way and it was always a pleasure to be there. And whilst it doesn't feel right what's happened to Reece has walked at his own accord, though. He has walked at his own accord. Alex, maybe not so, because ultimately, if you're told you can't do the job, you ain't got a job. But I know that, I know what Al's like. So I know Al would have been doing stuff behind the scenes and trying to help out. I know he would have, because that's what he was about. And yeah, I'm just a little bit surprised. I'm a little bit surprised. But I can't sit and watch outfield drop. I can't personally do that. So yeah, I can't watch it. I can't watch it personally. I can't. So if any of the committee need any advice or help or whatever, yeah, I can't see that club go the wrong way again.
Okay, before we go on to the real fat in this thing, any thoughts on that?
On what?
Monty, where you are, because you're a current player in these leagues.
Yeah, it's always a tricky one. Obviously,
well, you were until Naeem come in. Anyway,
I feel bad. Can we stop battering Monty? Because if he gets in the summer, we're going
to be terrible.
Yeah, it's always a tricky one, isn't it? When you've got so many uncertains in a club, it's never like a big proposition, you know. When you want stuff like settled down when you join a club because you know what's happening, you know what's the plan with the club. But when you've got a club currently like Uckford where there are so many unknowns, if you proposed it to me and you go, right, you've got this manager, you got this person, and you know what's happening, that's good. I'd like to go there. But if you go to a club where we go, I don't know who this is going to be next week. This person might be doing this. This person's the vice chairman's 19. I mean, the vice chairman's younger than me.
Craziness, mate. And it's no knock on the lad. It's not a knock. It's got to get that comment out. That's great. It's and the thing I say, like, you know, I'm like, I have to speak a little bit too openly and passionate, but I just
we've had someone say Monty would be your first signing, Bill, if you went and took the outfield job.
Come on, Mons. No, Steph. I want to lose a few games, so I'll get Steph in, wouldn't I? But I just love that club, like, and I don't know, like, I remember I've got a presentation here of when I put a presentation together what I wanted to see, and they some of the stuff that I kind of put in place, they've kind of gone through with. So they brought in a bunch of lads from a couple of youth teams in, because my plan was to build a youth section there and really kind of grow it. So have a youth section, have so that's brilliant. I have a like youth section, reintroduce the women's properly back in again. Yeah, well, if you don't fucking keep calling me Steph while I'm on a pod, you'll make the wrong list next time.
Yeah, Steph, you know this, mate. Come on.
But for me, all those things, and they're starting to bring in some teams now, and it's great to see. And the youth section will kick into gear, and they should have someone overseeing that, because I think that'd be fantastic for the football club. Because there's always this upfield grasshopper situation that I always had to deal with. And I made it clear that I think
the youth side.
Yeah, and it's a decent youth section. And my thing was just put the two together, like put egos out the door, put the two together, and be one massive club for the town. But look, it ain't happened, and it didn't happen with me, and it ain't happened since. So AFC Upfield Town should go and make their own youth section, like regardless, it is what it is, and build on that and grow that and slowly build it into whatever they're going to be. Now, when you start kind of diving into the granular of it, I probably just need that they probably need that guidance. So like seeing where it's gone and the relegation and what have you, and is that probably a knock-on effect of how it finished, not making the playoffs that first year, players then disbanding, Al having to put it together, probably. I don't know, but like I just kind of look at it and go, Nick's left, Nick Bignell, welfare man, and everything else, by the way. apart from when he used to have to do the most like shit jobs and like he used to put lights up in the change room, it'd take him about 3 days, and it wind up the girls so much. But like he'd do anything for the club. Bob, again, not only the chairman but a great handyman. Do you know what I mean? There was times we were digging out banks and stuff when we create the Carlin end, which we called it, with the tables and stuff and the new outside bit. So losing those two, losing Al, who probably would have brought, knowing Al would have brought sponsorship to the table. I saw that there was a roofing company on the shirt, so I would assume that's come from Al, because I think it might be a company that Al works with or for. And to lose a manager that has kind of done all right for him, you know, like relegation's relegation, but it gave him some hope, and some exciting players play for him. And I look at it and go, I don't know.
Well, whatever happens, Bill, you're always going to be linked. You're always going to be talked about there. You're always going to have people in the know.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're going to keep us updated.
Yeah.
Reece,
yeah. We'll see.
Alex, great guy. Stay in touch, lads. But before we get on, I feel to what we would say the main event tonight, the most discussed talking point. I just want to give you a quick insight into what's coming next season. We are doing this. We are offering this free. It's going to be a weekly magazine. Step 2 to step 8, Sussex football. Your local football, the dugout news. It will come out digitally on a Friday evening. You're going to have interviews in there from players, managers, chairmen, chair ladies, chair people, committee members. You're going to have the results in there, your stats. You're going to have rumours, news, everything in there. And we are not going to charge you beautiful people a penny for this. Okay? So that is coming.
Big question. Will the Dell United guys be the page 3?
I've heard you were going to do the page 3 first.
I'll do it for you one week. Billy from Hastings.
We do one each week, the 4 of us.
So that is, gents. No, we're not going to have a page 3. We, especially not in the world we live in at the moment.
Woke nonsense.
But the dugout news will be coming every Friday evening, and it will be jam-packed. There goes Dugout AI thinking of others.
Right. Before we move on to the main event, because we know that's what everyone is waiting to find out, Mike with the Cruisy Campo. Just before we move on, there's one more thing we need to talk about, which has been on Twitter this week. And Monty, you might be a good person to talk about it. I don't know. If you don't want to comment, don't comment. Brad going back to Vardinians.
Oh, yeah.
The U-turn.
Thanks on that.
I saw Haig. I was with you, Bill, when we were at the Peacehaven game.
Final,
sorry, Stenning's victory over the Commoners, Little Common, the Peter Bentley Cup final. And I saw Haig there. And Haig, you're probably listening. You put me right off the scent because at that time he near enough had the job himself. But he has a great relationship with him. So, and he's back. What do we know, lads?
What? Can you tell us anything?
I'll be honest, I knew nothing. First I knew of anything like that was obviously the announcement by Vardinians. I was like you guys under the assumption he was gonna go to Roffey with Naz.
Was he going as third choice?
That's what I heard.
I don't know, but I'd heard that he was potentially coming, but obviously then the first I heard of him not coming was when the announcement was made.
Oh right.
So
and you are in the club. You're a player. You also coach side, respected member, long serving, most caps
for the club.
Not quite, but
right on that then. So I reckon I'm gonna assume here. I'm gonna assume that he went to Roffey, realised that his role's going to be quite limited, and then went back with his hand in his cap saying I've made a mistake, and V's have accepted him, which is fine. I think I'll come on a ferry. Go on then. Wait, Friday. Wait, when is it's a Sunday now? Fuck that. I ain't doing our weekend there. I'll get killed.
I might have a bit with you, mate. I fancy it. You know. No. I'm in Cape Virus, aren't I? Sorry, Cape Verde.
Cape Virus, you can't go. Yeah. So I reckon he I think he had a moment where he's like, oh my God, I'm going from being the man, and I'm gonna be. Oh, it's the Saturday. Okay, maybe I'll be there. But I reckon he's gone. That's what's happened. He's just gone. Fuck that. I want to be number one still, and has gone back. The only thing I look at it with is, I'll come with Peacehaven. I'll check my dates in the diary if I can do it. But someone's got to get me a Peacehaven shirt. All right. If there's any Peacehaven shirts,
can I come in on a little FaceTime? Just put me in the little corner so I can get in that little bit of banner in the crowd as well when I'm in Cape Virus.
Yeah. We'll add you to the attendance +1. But yeah, I reckon he's just gone back on it. Good thing, and it's a bit of consistency for the club going into next year. Yeah. It's a nice bit of consistency. The only flip side of that, right, is if you're Vardinians, you weren't his first choice.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, not being rude.
There was a few that went for that job.
Yeah, 100%. There was quite a few.
I was speaking to two of them on
good names
Saturday.
in the hat. Good names in the hat, that's for sure.
So,
but it's okay. It's okay because we've all done things that we regret, and he's had the balls to kind of go backwards. Yeah. Imagine where we would be now if, when I walked into Lancing on that Thursday, I called Upfield on the Friday and went back. We wouldn't have this show. We wouldn't have these things. So, like, sometimes you got to do what you want to do. And he's decided he wants to go back. They've accepted him back. And I hope they push on and aren't in another relegation scrap this year.
Yeah. And that's a brilliant way to end it on that. Now, Mike, everyone I've seen is getting their popcorn ready in the chat. Yeah. They have been waiting for this all day because we're bringing it to them. So, Mike, I'll let you start.
We're going into it. Just before we get there, I just want to say thank you. As there's literally so many of you online now, I just want to say thank you to everyone, okay, who has really supported this show. In under 30 shows, we have become the most live viewed non-league football talk show in Sussex, the most interacted non-league football in Sussex. At peak times, you've had over 2,500 people watching the show live. Now, if people know about that, that is roughly around 12% of the whole non-league audience in Sussex. Okay? We did that in 28, 29 shows. Now, if you're bearing in mind, my other show is number 8 in the Nationals, and gets less listeners than this one.
Sometimes half, sometimes close to a quarter, mate. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Now, to get onto those rankings, we have to have done 30 shows. Okay? I think we're up to 28 shows, is it? Something like that. Okay.
Let's go back and have a look. We're close.
To have 3 shows in the top 40, including my dugout diaries, that was number 30.
Yeah.
And that
was mate.
Yeah. You know, I haven't done that since December.
Yeah, but you did about 400 episodes in 1 week.
Yeah.
Man's puts the effort in, mate. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. Okay. Now, let's get into it. This is going to divide opinions. We want to talk about the thing that has blown up nationally this week. Guernsey FC, Peacehaven playoff final. Right. First and foremost, between us all here, we spoke to about 80 people regarding this week.
Yep.
Within clubs, within people that know. even within people that deal in sports law. Okay? For anyone that doesn't know, major controversy happened this week. Me and Bill were at the Peter Bentley Cup final on, was it Monday? It was Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Monday, yeah.
And there was an emergency meeting being held by the SCFL, the Southern Combination Football League Committee. It was being held at half time because logistics of the playoff final, which was being held in Guernsey, a place that me and In Bed by 10 Pen have been this year, couldn't get flights. They were offering flights on different days, different airports, and everything like that. We've been through and obtained information. Now, I'm going to put this on the line now because it'd be my head above the door on the thing. If any of the clubs feel like what we're going to say is BS, bullshit, yeah? Come at me personally, because we've had all this stuff verified, yeah? Okay. We put some notes down in there. I want to go through my notes, but I want you guys first to go through your thoughts on what has happened. And then our team in the background, our research team, have put everything together, and we have found the facts of what it is, where we feel there's blame, where there was a legal challenge, and the fallout that the league had, the abuse, some of the people associated with the league, and in particular Peacehaven, in that club. We've got everything down. So if anyone thinks this is bullshit or made up, come at me personally.
Yeah,
because I've had treble checked. Monty, or Lee, where we started? Because I know Bill's a very strong opinion on this.
Yeah, I'll go quickly first, then we'll let Mon go, and then we'll go on to Bill. Well, I think as well, obviously, Merritt, Guernsey earned the home tie, but from earning that home tie, there was just problems. As soon as that whistle went to go into the final, of flights was a big one. They wanted, from what we know, they wanted to put Peacehaven on a flight from Gatwick and Southampton, which doesn't work. If you're in a final, you're going to go out there as a team together on the same day. You are not going to take different flights on different days to get out there, because the first day you were out there, that is your team building day. That is your day of watching back footage, if they do, of how Guernsey play, that sort of thing. Management team together discussing what to do. Disgrace, yeah, you could say it's a disgrace, because they could have easily got flights all on the same day. Then from what I saw, when it came to, they weren't going to be playing at Guernsey, and they were told that it may have to be on the mainland, all of a sudden, from what was agreed, flights became available on the same day. So it's a hard one. It's a strange one as well. But as we know,
I'll tell you what's best, lads. The team that we'll work with have put together a facts sheet. Yeah. If I just quick, it will take me about a minute to go through that. If I can quickly go through that, then I think all of us need to have our own opinions. I know, Bill, your Twitter blew the F up yesterday.
Yeah, but I've still like, what people don't realise is I still actually feel a little bit for Guernsey in it. It's not like I'm like, oh fuck Guernsey, it's all Peacehaven. Like, I think I think the whole situation around the playoffs is a disgrace, right? I've got a lot of time and respect for the league, a hell of a lot of time and respect for the league, but we always finish on bank holiday weekend, and we haven't because of Guernsey. Right? Not because of Guernsey telling us not to, but because of Guernsey, right? And now we are finishing 3 weeks later than we would normally finish because of Guernsey. And my thing is this: that's the disgrace, is the fact that we didn't get this right from the beginning. And like, I'm going to let you do the fact sheet, Mike, but me getting hammered by Guernsey people, they don't know the facts. Yeah, we do know the facts.
Yeah, we really do.
Facts, and there is blame laid initially there. Okay. And so, and Archie, that's has a relevant point as well, actually. Right.
And I'm going to bring that up as well, Mike, because there's stuff on that. Like, all right, can we, before we get into the final, can we just talk about the semi-final quickly? Is that all right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can bring the facts to the final. Let's lay a bit of let's lay a little bit of seeds on the sand. Let's lay a little bit.
We need to drill into this because our team have worked hard on this.
Yeah. Really have.
Go. Well, let's talk the semi.
So, first and foremost, Guernsey are going to make the playoffs. Fine. So the league, correct me if I'm wrong here, go from the traditional midweek semis, final and bank holiday weekend, to Saturday or Sunday, whatever, semi-finals on the Saturday of bank holiday weekend. And now our final is now going to be pushed to the following Saturday. So we're a week late. Yeah, they're going to do that because Guernsey are going to be in the playoffs. So Guernsey know this. They know they're going to be in the playoffs. They know officially what the dates are. Therefore, with all due respect, at that point or before, to be fair, a long time before, they should have had those held. And I know it's Liberation Day, and I know it's all these celebrations and stuff, but with all due respect, things fall on other dates here in the UK or anywhere where other celebrations happen on the same day. You have games of football. Like what? There's only 5 people in your island, and your striker wants to go out and get on a piss. Not having that, right? So just let you know all these things on these dates. Fine. So they push it to the Sunday because of Liberation Day and all that, right? Great. It's your Liberation Day. It's your big celebration. What do you fucking do? You signed up to play football in our league. It is what it is. So they pushed it back. And that don't sit nicely with me anyway, because it now messes up everyone's constitution in the sense of getting everything set. Who's going to play in what league? It pushes it back for the officials to then actually get the constitutions out for next season, right? Which now is going to be pushed back even further because if Guernsey go up, there's a highlighted problem of where do Jersey and Guernsey play because they don't play in the same league. One will be put in the South East, one will be put in the South Central. Yeah, that's going to happen. So with that, that's now delayed. Fine. Horsham, and rightly so, decide that they want to fly out the day before to be.
And this actually adds a bit of precedence.
Right. Okay. So they want to fly out the day before, right? They want to fly out the day. They always have like. Read Dom DePaula's Twitter. It was hilarious on Saturday. Have a read of that.
I saw that.
Someone said something about, oh, well, you're lucky to get playing here. And he went, it's not Ibiza, mate. It's quite funny, actually. But go into that. So Horsham, and look, Giles and his team went on a flight the day before. They are willing to pay for their own hotels the night before and what have you, but they want to fly out on the Friday and fly back on the Saturday. So they're same flight, same number of flights, just Friday and then back on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not allowed. What do you mean not allowed? No, you're not allowed to. Not allowed to. It's got to be same day. You got to fly in on Saturday morning at 6 a.m., whatever it is, and then fly home after the game. Like that's what's going to happen. Yeah, but we want to fly out like same people. Can't we fly on Friday?
Yeah.
No. But we're paying for our own hotels. Just fly us out on Friday. No, not doing that.
And this is key what you're saying because this comes up in the report as precedent.
Can't get the flights. We can't book the flights. It's impossible. Yeah. Can't. It's impossible. Can't book them. Not going to happen.
Fair play, Archie.
They found the flights. So at the fact that Guernsey wouldn't bend, Horsham book flight, spend a load of money. So the club putting in some money, the chairman's putting in money, players,
manager put in money,
manager as well.
He put in over a bag.
Yeah, they're all dipped in and booked a load of flights, right? And hotels, by the way. So they've all dipped in. Then they get. I'm going to say this. I'm going to get myself in trouble now. Fuck it, I was saying that. So because of that, and that the fact that they've told Guernsey, look, we appreciate you having our flights for Saturday on the fly out. We're not going to use those ones. We're going to fly back though on the ones that you've booked us. But just letting you know in advance, we aren't going to use those Saturday morning flights because we're flying out the day before. Yeah, can we move a couple for some people that come in, whatever you can get 4 changes, right? Guernsey effectively tell them that if they don't use those bookings, they're going to cancel their returns. Right. So
is that verified?
I think now, Liam Giles, you're a watcher of this.
He's actually at Acon and Neon.
Oh, no. Right. Someone else from Horsham jump in on it because
I think Archie's involved.
I was shared that. Okay. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. But it was applied. We're going to cancel the flights. Like, if you don't, we don't need the returns then, do you? Like that sort of thing, right? That he had to persevere. It got sorted. Yeah, they were trying to force him onto that Saturday morning flight. Now we all know why, because even you turn up at Guernsey in early hours of the morning and have to sit around for 4 hours doing fuck all because nothing's open. Yeah, at the grounds because that's where they drive you to. It's an advantage.
Of course it is.
It's an absolute advantage, right? So they want to make it as hard as possible for you to play the game. Like they played a nice host and what have you, fly to people over and whatever. But ultimately, it's a footballing advantage, whether you like it or not. They then gave them awful balls, by the way. I got sent a picture of one of the balls. They provide you 5 balls.
I saw the video of the 3 match balls given. They were actually missing the things.
It was like my dog. Not even my dog's too small. Thank you, Steve. I was correct, right?
He was the chairman of Horsham White. Great guy.
Ripped, right? Balls ripped up, looking like a piece of shit. Yeah. With all due respect, again, it's the advantage. So, for me, regardless of the 3-0, they won. Like I've said it publicly. I believe Tony Vance is is the best manager of this league and one of the best of the league above. I believe that.
He knows every kid playing football on that island.
Yeah, but he is fan-fucking-tastic. And when Bexhill played Guernsey at the pilot field early in the season, there you go, right?
Ryan's involved in the club, by the way.
Right. Yeah. So I went and watched Bexhill versus Guernsey over any other game because I like watching Guernsey's team. Yeah. So my respect for Tony Vance as a manager, like, ignore this shenanigans what's happening here. My respect for him as a manager and how he gets that team going, yeah, is incredible. But all these like little shenanigans here have to stop. Have to stop. Don't provide us stuff, but pay for our stuff to go out there. Don't want your 5 shit balls. Don't want the way it's treated. If it can't be fairer, then it needs to stop. They, like, with all due respect, they have every right to be and can climb this pyramid. Absolutely not a problem at all. No issue with that. But it has to stop, these little things, yeah? If you're going to be in this island, yeah, like if this island's going to be in the National League system, these things have to stop now, right? Because you're making a fucking mockery of things. And you've got to hate me for this, Guernsey, and that's fine, right? I'll say it how it is, and rightly or wrongly, and I'll get things wrong. But little things like this, and people have now, other clubs are jumping in and saying the same thing. This isn't
3 clubs have jumped in the last minute.
Yeah. So this isn't
saying the same thing.
No, Russ. When they're in that league, they have to provide you hotels. They have to it's a difference. So you can either fly in. When I was at Hastings, when we played Guernsey, we flew in the day before. We took our hotel the night before, and we flew in, and then we left on that after that game, right? That's what we did when we played Guernsey. You have to, at Ishmael League level, provide hotels. It has to be done. Now, these little games, I'm just not having them. I think it's, to be frank, also, talking about Ishmael League, Jersey did the same. Jersey did the same to Hastings, right? Whilst they provided a hotel and were very accommodating off the pitch, on the pitch, they gave them shit footballs, gave them a bunch of Sports Direct floaters to warm up with. Dave warned off. It took him about 10 minutes and asking 5 members of staff if he could have one match ball to like for the session, one match ball. And he got 4 no's, by the way.
Okay.
So like this isn't just a Guernsey thing. Same for Jersey. So I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but I just want to set the precedent here that
I'm glad you did.
Same day thing, and what have you. They wouldn't tolerate it for. They were trying to not tolerate it for Horsham. Yeah, not trying to tolerate it for Horsham. So then, why are we now in this? Why now are we in this situation with Peacehaven?
Yeah, agreed. Mike? Now, I'm glad you said that. You mentioned the Horsham thing here because that's precedent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to go through the fact sheet. Now, we all know that Guernsey FC have signed an agreement where all the home matches should be scheduled for a kick-off at 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and visiting clubs shall travel to and from the game on that day. Okay? They signed
one
up.
more thing I just want to say that just came through. 5 players were made to change boots when Guernsey players were wearing the exact same ones. And on that note, they didn't give the balls to Horsham because they were saying that one player didn't have the correct boots. The goalkeeper, one of the players didn't have the right boots. So they said, no, we're not giving you the ball so you can have your warm-up until that player proves that he's got the right boots on.
Well, I've actually been in there and been given boots myself because they have a deal with Nike, don't they? In there. So that there was boots. But anyhow, okay, let's go back to
so it's right for but the home team allowed to do it, but the away team aren't.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. It should be the same for everyone.
Right. Let's go through the facts then, yeah? So they had to sign an agreement saying that they would take the team in and out on the same day. It'd be 2 o'clock kickoffs, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the killer thing here is that Guernsey released a statement, public statement, that did not tell the full story. Now, anyone from Guernsey, happy to jump in here. They omitted the thing they signed, the same day agreements, because they offered to go from Gatwick and Southampton's airports with a Monday off work issue, which the SCFL's commitment to keep the game on the island. Okay. That obviously was not mentioned in the statement at all.
Yeah.
Right. The thing here is the league were being put under so much pressure. Now, Steve Nelgrove, who is the chairman of the league, had abuse held at him, and even the chair lady of Peacehaven, which I thought was absolutely disgusting. Now, the person who's
disgusting, mate, it actually fucking low. It's low as anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. It shouldn't happen. Should not happen.
It shouldn't have happened. And allegedly, the person that held that abuse has allegedly been reported. And we're not talking to the F. Yeah. Okay. So the person that wrote that tweet should probably pull that down as quick as possible. Because insinuating that the chairman of the SCFL and the chair lady of Peacehaven were having relations. Come on. That's just not.
Grow up.
That's not.
Grow up.
All right. So, first and foremost, the findings of the report: Guernsey, the league, Peacehaven. No one acted in bad faith here. Okay. No one wanted this problem to happen, especially not the league, who found this out. Now, for people that don't know, the game is now being rearranged to Saturday, the 23rd of May. Okay. The officials will fly out on the 22nd of May and return on Saturday at 6:10. The venue is obviously Guernsey FC, and both squads will come in day in on the same day and go out on the same day. So there's no going early. They're coming in and they're coming out. Okay. The killer fact here is Horsham YM precedent. Earlier this season, Horsham YM, with the away club, wanted to fly out to Guernsey on the day before. The SCFL refused, told Horsham YM it was outside of the agreement and Guernsey were within their rights to decline. Same league, same rule, applied consistently by the SCFL. Okay? So that is not picking on Guernsey, right? So I'm glad you brought that up, Bill, because that set a precedent that they had to follow. Okay? Now, why the SCFL acted. Guernsey's first proposal was out from Gatwick to return to Southampton Airport.
That's bullshit. That's absolute bonkers.
It makes no sense.
Like you drive car. Hold on, before you go in, drive cars to Gatwick. Yeah, so you drive cars to Gatwick. You park. You fly. You end up in Southampton. I'm like, what? Who? Like,
absolutely. Please let me finish here. I agree with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
The officials then needed. That would have meant the officials would have needed Monday off work to retrieve cars and players. That breaks the agreement on 3 counts. 1, not the same day. 2, not the same airport. And 3, working day costs accrued.
Yep.
Sunday options were blocked by Peacehaven because they had a pre-booked end of season club event that was actually booked 4 to 5 months in advance. Okay, so Peacehaven had duly informed the league that they had booked an event 4 or 5 months in advance. Okay, and they didn't know whether they would get into the playoffs, getting relegated, or going up automatically.
Mate, with all due respect, 5 months ago, everyone had expected the season to finish in the bank holiday weekend. This is what we're all forgetting. Like, the league keeps getting extended for one team out of 20. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Agree. Okay, right, okay. So, the SCFL had to be consistent with the Horsham YM ruling. Now, why? Now, this is why Guernsey had a case. See, we have done our research here.
Yeah.
Okay. Guernsey had a legal case and they cited Rule 3.221. Boards may vary playoff scheduling for travel. Real rule, real argument. Okay. Guernsey, I believe, from what I'm hearing, from my sources, and they are very, very also within the club. Okay. They took legal advice via one of their club directors, I believe. They did offer to fund a full charter flight for Peacehaven and the officials. They offered evening meals, all coach travel, and officials' hotel and expenses to continue that they would earn home advantage on the pitch because, in theory and in precedent, they earn that right to play at home. Okay? Now, why was there also more of a problem with this? Because the island had their Liberation Day. Okay? And for the Guernsey guy who piped up in the comments about that with me, here's the facts, lad. Yeah? Okay? By the way, who obviously went very quiet as well. Now, the problem is, why couldn't they move it to the week after? Because you're thinking, okay, moving on. Well, they have out there called the Moretti Cup. Now, the Moretti Cup is where Guernsey play Jersey. It's a festival thing. Call it the Old Firm Derby of the Channel Islands. It's attended by 3,000-4,000 people. For some over there, that one game is bigger than that playoff game. From what I hear, we've been there. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So again, that date couldn't be used. Now, where the Guernsey narrative went wrong. So their public statement didn't tell the full story. They omitted the same day agreement, the Gatwick, the Southampton split, the Monday day off work, the SCFL's commitment to keep the game on the island. They didn't mention that because the SCFL were committed to doing
Wait, can I just go back to one point? The chartered flight thing.
that. Mm-hmm.
So what they offered, Guernsey offered to fly everyone on a chartered plane.
Yeah.
What do you mean afterwards?
Allegedly afterwards, after when the flights couldn't be found.
So that's why is there a problem with that then?
This is just the findings we've got.
Okay, yeah, but about Guernsey, yeah. So older Mike,
Hmm?
Mike, we'll go into it. But if Guernsey offered the flight option, if it's the same day, so they will charter another flight, then what's the issue here? No, and by the way, I'm there going blah 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 Guernsey, but look,
Yeah.
the fact, that Guernsey offered to get every single person on the same flight and flying back the same day, then I don't get what the issue, what the actual issue is. Is it what day was that? What day was that meant to be?
Well, that's what was not stated. The actual day. It certainly wasn't the other day. It certainly wasn't on the day, so it was the other day after that. Okay, but let's keep going. Let's keep going through it. Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, all right, okay. On that note, I'm looking at it going, oh well, if say the final was the Sunday, whatever. Let's just say the Sunday, and they couldn't find the flights back, but they're going to put on a flight for everyone. You can have a meal
on that day. It wasn't on the original day.
All right, okay. What I'm saying is, like, I'm looking at it and going.
Otherwise, that would have been a very simple solution, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. The overall verdict were the SCFL were procedurally correct. They applied the agreement consistently with the earlier Horsham Wyam ruling, and they kept negotiating throughout. Now, bearing in mind, they were negotiating for 4 or 5 days with this, by all accounts. Guernsey FC negotiated professionally and lawfully, got their home tie. Public statement was the misstep. That is where they went wrong. Whoever put out that public statement absolutely did not give the full facts, whereas everyone was then blaming the league and blaming Peacehaven, and they got undue abuse for it. That was wrong. Okay. Peacehaven defended the agreement, consistent and their consistent position. They had a long booked club event, and they had a legitimate constraint as to why they couldn't do that. You know, so and the trolls out there that trolled the Peacehaven chair lady and the SCFL really need to take a look at themselves. So at the end of the day, the game is now being replayed there, okay, with the home advantage. But so legally everything went through, right? Everyone tried to get this done behind the scenes, but without that statement being misrepresented, okay, this could have all been dealt with a lot better and wouldn't have got national attention. Okay, that's just, and if anyone disagrees with that, any of those facts and the findings, I dare you to come out and prove we've said something wrong there. So I guarantee we've had it treble checked, yeah? And that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Now, here's some talking points. Peacehaven have this now pre-booked 4 or 5 months in advance club event. They have to wait 2-3 weeks extra. Let's talk about it, because I'm hearing that Peacehaven are going to have to beg, borrow, and steal from maybe their 23s, their 18s.
Well, because I've heard that they won't have a full strength squad because either players have now had holidays booked, which they're entitled to, or other dates that they can't make on that day, which again now gives advantage to Guernsey in the playoff final because Peacehaven will go over with a weakened side.
Yeah, but what about Guernsey? They might have players that aren't available. Like, and like, I'm trying to, because
I don't think any club wanted this. Do you?
No.
You know, it's all right. Let's put it this way. Do we think any of those three were in the wrong?
Well, I'll tell you what I think.
Go on.
I think the problems come from the start, right? So the problems come from. I agree. The problems come.
We're going to hear from Monty after Bill, so don't worry, people.
I think the flight issue is the problem for me, right? You can't expect a team to fly in from one airport into the other. You can't expect. You just can't expect it. You then have to look at. Obviously, it got overturned, and it is what it is. Yeah, it got overturned, obviously, because there was enough from their legal point of view that Guernsey raised, the fact that it says if in the playoffs there could be variables and all that sort of stuff, right? That's the loophole. But the integrity of saying, well, you have to fly here or there to get in here, just because you because you finished a little bit higher. No, I'm sorry, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. If you can't fulfill the same day fly in, fly out, again, hearing about the charter makes me think differently on that. And if there's anyone with more information about the charter situation, what day that was, and whether it was their same day in, same day out, I would love to know, right? And I think it will help the argument here. But on the flight situation alone, I just can't be having it, right? I just can't. I think move it back a week, players have that's right. Okay, the Moretti Cup. My thing on this is the problem I've got now is the date of it. If they said, unfortunately, guys, it is going to be played at Guernsey, but it's going to be on Wednesday night, I would have no issue with that. It's unfortunate. The lads will all get dispensation from work because they all it's a playoff final. It is what it is. You have to go out and play it. Yeah. What do you mean? Where's this no charter thing come from then? This is what we need to know. We need to know. We need the full facts. I don't like the fact that we are now waiting to the end of May to suit Guernsey.
Do you feel that's now a big disadvantage? I've just had someone comment.
It's a huge disadvantage.
It's 3 weeks after they last played. Guernsey would have played in the Moretti Cup. It's the travelling. It looks like Shutty's lads are really
they're up against it
massively.
Mate, the biggest fuck up was changing the playoff semi-finals. I'm sorry, that should have been played on Tuesday night. It should have been played on Tuesday night, and we should have had the final on the Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, on Bank Holiday weekend. And Guernsey should have had all the flights. Should have all the flights held ready for that. There should have been no dispute. The flight should have been held. As simple as, in the assumption that you're going to host. They expect Hayward's Heath to roll them over and then roll over Peacehaven, and they can roll over this drive in here. Do you know what I mean? We're already behind. Someone said, "Oh, you're not really." Someone said to me, "And it's not 3 weeks behind us. You count 4.5 days every week." No, it's not.
I saw that.
The fact is, it's the fact that the season was meant to finish, and it always does, Bank Holiday weekend. I just can't. I can't see how this even helps the integrity of the competition. I think it kills the integrity of the competition. Guernsey got Moretti Cup. They'll be training all week. They'll be training next week, and then they go into a game. Peacehaven might be training, but they're never going to get any friendlies in because no one's going to play them.
No one was at the end of the season. Season's done.
Done, mate.
Yeah. They're on the beach, mate.
Yeah. And I just think it's shit. I think it's really, really shit. No, you should have, because my bet was Peacehaven going up, Con. So
you said you're washed up, Con.
Mon, what's your say on it all, mate?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, I agree with what Billy said about the flights. It's you cannot fly a team out through different airports, different times. It's just because if you flip it on its head, and would Guernsey be willing to fly out from Guernsey with half of them landing at Southampton, half of them landing at Gatwick? No, they wouldn't. There's no chance they would. But when it's the other team, that's completely acceptable. For me, that's stupid. I think obviously the league committed to getting the game on in Guernsey, as Guernsey earned the right on the pitch to have the opportunity to have their home tie. But like Bill said, having the game 3 weeks after the season's finished is stupid. Like, how can you wait that long for a playoff game? I mean, we saw it in the comments.
Might as well handcuff. Like one of the
3 weeks.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Like, I can guarantee you, if that was Roffey, we wouldn't be able to field a full strength side. Not a chance. We've already had our end of season due. That was this weekend. People being away, I wouldn't be fully match fit whatsoever, because it's already been 2 weeks since I've played a game. That's over a month.
Sorry, lads. I've had 4 people message me in the last 1 minute saying that charter flight was a smokescreen to buy more time. Whether that
is true or not,
it's different. It's opinions.
Yeah, of course it is. And that's. But look, that's. Look, we've given the facts, what we know. It's opinions. People have had their opinions tonight, but like Mike has said, if anyone else doesn't agree with what we have said, speak to us, because we will gladly put you in the right. And it goes from there. So looking at it,
I'm going to throw my hat in this. If there was no charter flight, then fuck them. Like I get that. Look, I'm never going to get the Guernsey job. Let's be frank, right? So I want.
You ain't going to get a job in an ice cream van at this rate, mate.
He wants to deal with.
Bill will get a job. We know that.
Outspoken, actual, quite educated on the facts person, right? Who would ever want to employ someone with a brain? It's football, I guess. That doesn't happen. I look at it like this. If you can't do the flights, then unfortunately you lose your advantage. It's fine. Advantage happens, you lose it, and then it would have to get played in a new venue, right? So whether that's that Peacehaven that gets reversed, or it goes into Lancing, or it goes to Eastbourne United, or whatever, or somewhere they can fly into Gatwick and back out from Gatwick. No, it's not. But I'll tell you what, if someone gets a Peacehaven shirt with Project on the back, I'm coming on that trip. And I'll tell you what,
just a quick one.
Just about the charter fight, because I'm going to jump in, because I'm going to have to charge up these phones at this rate. That's what
are you getting?
Allegedly, the league gave them 48 hours to book a charter, and they came back and said they couldn't.
Who? Peacehaven gave them 48 hours?
No, the league.
The league, and they didn't.
Hey, look, that is. I'm only getting these messages. I can't confirm or don't. What I can confirm is the facts that we put down there.
But just before I go, because it's getting to that time, a comment that Archie said, which I agree, and it should be, is forget about this home advantage. Play the semi-finals and the final all on a neutral ground.
No, they won't do that, and I'll tell you why. They won't do that. That won't happen.
Paul Fowler said that. He said it should be the final should be
all neutral.
And Connor's dad, Connor Ty's dad as well. Why not, Bill?
Because, right. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they won't. It's a good payday for teams, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Also, by the way, now the league, by not having it at Guernsey, would lose a lot of income, because the finals are split. There you go, Will G, my boy Will G there. The finals are split, home, away, league by third each, yeah? So if it's at Guernsey, you know it's going to be a huge crowd. There's big money there for all teams.
Fantastic stadium.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So like the league kind of the league could have like literally rolled over and just gone, yeah, go on, have it at Guernsey, like whenever you want, sort of thing. But the fact the league kind of was like, look, this ain't right, and we think this needs to be now played on mainland, right? Shows you that I know Steve's getting shit, and I know like a few of the leagues.
Out of order. Steve, the
Yeah, I know, but Mike, again, Mike, unfortunately, look, Mike, we love.
They shouldn't bring the chair lady into it. They shouldn't be doing
No. That comment is well out of the. It kind of like makes that person look stupid, right? And it's sad because they didn't need to do that, but they have. But with regards to getting called out and whatever, unfortunately, and this isn't a knock on Steve, by the way, it's not a knock on anyone. But when you're a chairman or you're running an organization and you make a decision, rightly or wrongly, Mike, you are going to receive either positive affirmation of what you're doing, or you're going to receive criticism. Okay. So when you and it takes a brave person to put their head above the parapet to be in those positions, to potentially be in a situation where you're going to get hammered.
There's got to be boundaries, though, Bill.
I agree on well, mate.
You've been there. Of
course, I agree.
It went to a dark place in some sinister stuff.
Yeah, 100%. But
I felt bad because I did the interview with you that time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I think for me, they got good numbers, Mike. Let's be honest.
They did thousands of downloads in the first 12 hours, mate.
There you go. But
I'll do it again.
But I look at it like this. Everyone's got allowed to have an opinion. Guernsey fans will have an opinion. I didn't like the tweet. It's Liberation Day, and like it felt a little bit smug, right? It felt a bit smug. Yeah. But at the same time, Guernsey have got their home tie, so they're going to be chest pumping. They're excited about that, correct? Yeah. And rightly so. And remember, they did earn it. They also had an appeal overturned, which I don't think I've ever seen. Like it would happen like that, and like, do you know what I mean? I'd never ever imagined that. So to see that, then there must have been some validation to it. But at the same time, I want to show a bit of respect to the league, who get hammered, by the way, on a lot of things. They get hammered for making wrong decisions,
and sometimes the FA decisions, not league decisions.
Yeah.
Let's be clear with them. The playoffs is an FA game, not a league game. That's a fact. Goes on the FA thing. That's a fact.
Okay, so one thing I'm now thinking about is what happens now. What happens now with all the projections and like that? The constitution has been put in all the leagues. Like, when is that going to take place? Like, I know,
with Jersey Bulls last season. Do you remember?
Mate, I know, and it's annoying, isn't it? It's annoying.
Now, just before we get rid of Lee,
can I ask before? Yeah, Leo before he pisses off. I want to ask Monty a question that came up. What did you think of all the warm up stuff when you went? Like your experience of going there?
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Obviously, we arrived at the ground really early, as you do when you fly out on the day. We sat around for 4 hours.
That's what I mean, mate.
We couldn't use the clubhouse because they'd rented it out. They'd hide it out for a.
Where'd you go? Where'd you sit?
So we were all crammed in the changing rooms
for 4 hours.
For 4 hours, some of us went and walked down to the co-op around the corner. So we had that. It then started pissing it down with rain, so we couldn't then even stand outside and have a chat. We got given 5 match balls five balls to use and warm up. By the end of the warm up, we returned one of those balls. The other 4 had been kicked so far over the goal they'd gone into the channel. I mean, it was just really, really poor. And you're like sitting around for 4 hours. Nobody's going to be fresh from that. We've just flown over, gone on a coach, driven to Guernsey, and then sat in a changing room, which aren't the biggest in Guernsey. They're not massive. Cramped up for 4 hours. How can you possibly be prepared for that? I mean, well, Arch, you did better than us. I mean, we gave them 1 back. But I mean, it's just not great. How can you compete? And you look at the result for us. You can see we didn't compete. I mean, it was just a miserable day all round and an experience I hope I never have to do again. If I do have to do it again, I pray we at least have some nice weather.
What can I say about the experience I had at Guernsey? Okay,
go for it.
I flew over there with Penn on the Friday. Okay, I was in. We got shown around the wonderful stadium. all inside. They've got doctor's room. They've got beautiful changing rooms. It is a step 2 and about a step 2 setup over there.
Yeah.
They've even got a restaurant by the side of the pitch. We were treated fantastically. Okay.
I wouldn't imagine it being any different.
No. I tell you, we got to meet George Fern over there. He was fantastic. We got to meet all the lads in there. Let's put one thing clear. Guernsey, Peacehaven, the league, no one wanted this. Yeah? Okay? It just happened. It was a clusterfuck, perfect storm of events that come to a head. Right? Peacehaven, a great club. Guernsey, a great club. And the league took a lot of a battering. Okay? You know. Who wins, lads?
Guernsey. Bill don't want to change his mind.
No, I'm not. I'm sticking with my guns. I want all you. Right, this is a call out to everyone at Peacehaven. Right, upset your missuses, upset your families. Forget holidays mean nothing, but I'll tell you what means something: winning the playoff final. A holiday in Benidorm, you will forget, but winning the playoffs with your mates on an island and running that island ragged and then coming home and celebrating with all your friends and family is something you'll never forget. So Peacehaven, do the right thing. All your players do the right thing. Cancel your holidays. Mike will pay for them. And
you got more money than me, mate.
Let's go over. And as a mainland team, let's go over and cause the biggest upset of all time.
Do you know what? One thing I'd like to say. I'd like to say that when Peacehaven turn up and their fans and their team, I hope the great fans of Guernsey give them a reception. There's not hostility there. There isn't.
No, I think there will be, mate.
Possibly, okay. But I hope if Guernsey want to show some class in this, and their fans, and because I went there and I was left with a fantastic impression.
Yeah.
This is a flagship match. Okay?
Yeah.
Guernsey have got a great chance here to show real class with their fans. And the same with Peacehaven, because, you know, we don't want things to get hostile.
No, we don't need fights or anything like that.
No, let the football do the talking. And whoever wins and whoever comes through in the end, shake your hand, say, congratulations, you went up and that, and all have a beer after the game, or some of them are athletes, so it'd be an orange juice. We'll save the beers from me. Yeah. Go there, and that you're not going to get to experience the wonderful nightlife in.
What day is it?
It's the 23rd, I believe.
Saturday the 23rd.
Oh no.
I am in Cape Verde, unfortunately. But
not that. Oh,
Lee, I don't think there will be trouble over this, because I think that fans will take a step back and say, all right, the talking's been done online now, and that it's down to those 11 players or those 16 players and those gaffers on the pitch. Guernsey aren't known for rows. Peacehaven aren't known for rows.
No,
do you know? You know, the same Millwall West Ham back in the day. You know, this is two good clubs that want to go, and I hope at the end of it, football is the winner.
On that mic, right? Two good managers going at it as well.
Fantastic.
Tony Grant and Shutty, right? Both going at it with a big carrot dangling. Ishman League football. And I think whatever we think about the arrangements, whatever we think about all these other little bits and bobs, you're right. Like, as a footballing side, I've got nothing but respect for Guernsey. As a footballing side, I've got nothing but respect for Peacehaven. The situation baffles me. And I think now going into the next season, if we have Guernsey in this league again, then we're going to have to...
apparently.
Pardon?
Could be unlikely, couldn't it?
Or if they go up?
Well, no. If they could still be moved over, couldn't they?
Maybe, I don't know.
Allegedly. Well, it's only
but let's just say they're still in our league. Then it's for me. I never understood why they were why aren't they putting the combined counties? Like,
Well, that's still the rumor now that they could be going in there.
Right.
Look,
Okay.
We tell me though, when you're a player out there playing for this team or a gaffer or a chairman, you've done them all, Bill.
Yeah.
Monty, you've been there. Tell me you didn't look at it and think, when am I going Guernsey away?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because I would
As
have.
soon as they put in the league, it was when's Guernsey away? Let me look at the calendar.
100%.
It's a good day out, but I think that's the advantage. So like even like when we went out for Jersey with the Hastings lot, I think the boys' heads were already on the night out before the game.
Yeah.
It's the social.
Well, you were already up, weren't you? But you already stayed up.
Yeah, but still, I still think there was a little element to it, mate. I'm not being funny. When you got like you get going to the airport, like it makes you feel a certain way, doesn't it? You don't go there.
Propeller Airways, don't you?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, exactly. But you still got to go through customs and do all that. Sit and have your Wetherspoons breakfast without a beer, and then you've got to you got to kind of then get yourself in the headspace for a game. It's not easy, and that's why Guernsey probably struggle a bit more here than they do.
I feel teams try to look. I flew out with YM, for that Guernsey game. I thought they got it right the way they did it, okay, but I felt that was more of a final to them. Do you know what I mean? You're getting a big crowd up there, huge crowd, huge numbers in there. You sort of raise your game. Do Guernsey get that over? Do everyone think we'll take them on? You know, it is what it is. But I think we've said enough, haven't we, on that? I think there's still some things that.
Look, I don't want it to be. None of us hate Guernsey. It's just
not at all. They're a great club. A great club.
Like none of us hate them, but there's that. I'm glad we covered the upfield thing. I'm really glad. I've had a few messages on that, by the way, whilst we've been on here. A few messages from people, and I hope that gets resolved in the coming week. And
well, what's your thinking of that, Bill?
Go on.
And Will, you're right. There is lots more to say, but I think we're going to have to revisit this after the game.
Yeah.
As well. We have to, you know. I'd like to say thank you to everyone here watching. We have broke a record today in numbers. Quite incredible that over 2,700 of you are watching live with us.
Right now.
Right now. Right here, right now, live over the platforms that we have, which is X, YouTube, and Kick. We haven't even connected the Instagram because I'm still changing the IP over with SLF in there. But we have broken records today. I want to thank everyone for their support. I really do, because look, it takes a lot of time to do this, a lot of planning. Bill's got a busy job. Monty's in pre-season training with 9 clubs. Lee's well, he's asleep, but he had to get back from Wembley today. I think next week as well, me and Lee are going to non-league final days at Wembley.
Get back then, yeah.
AFC Stoneham. I'm only going for the first day because first game, because that's long. That's a long old game. I'm taking my boy, and then the week after, I will be live from the island, Sal Island in Cape Verde. Well, yeah, as long as the missus ain't listening, by the way, because she says no mobiles, no podcasts, no iMac, no Mac.
Just say I asked.
Yeah, she loves you, Bill. You know what I mean. She loves you, Bill. She's worried about Monty. You know, I think she needs to. She's going to style Monty up a bit more.
Yeah, it couldn't get any bloody worse, could it, mate?
But in there, everyone for your support out there. You know, if you're about there, please go and follow us on the socials. Within the group, we have the IBB10 show, which is the hottest show around now. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We have the SNLF. Follow, go and add us up on our Dugout AI, which is our YouTube channel. If you're on Kick, go and jump us on there, and also with the SNF on there as well. We are that kind of group that will keep going through that. Our first live event on the 14th of June at Shoreham FC, sold out in 18 hours. Bearing in mind, it's not the O2.
I find it ridiculous. I hate it.
It's not Madison Square Gardens. And Bill said himself, he was like, we ain't going to shift any tickets. And Bill's in the industry.
I was like, who wants to listen to us? Like, genuinely, I know like there's a lot of you on here tonight, but like, I don't even know what we're going to do.
Well, look, for people that don't know, we're going to stream a live show at Shoreham FC with all the tickets. We have an audience of people there. And we are not going to... Oh, no, the wife's already been contacting me.
Oh, no.
She's up on the 3rd floor, mate, of Macca Mansions. But we're going to do a live show. Shoreham FC, me, the Mont, the Project, and the man they call Penn, who's always in bed by 10, which would be quite interesting, really, because he's got to jump from Shoreham to his home in that time.
He lives around the corner.
Of course he does, yeah.
I've got the longest journey. It's a joke, mate.
But yeah, you have. But yeah, thank everyone for the support. And as you remember as well, don't forget, guys, that we have got this in the Dugout app there, and with pre-season coming, get your rumours in. Look, we've got our own little feature in the app. Anonymously send us the rumours. We deal, without being big-headed, we deal with about 80 to 100 people, sources within Sussex football on a regular basis. Yeah, it is what it is, right? So get in there and send us the messages. And then one day, I can get rid of these and just have one. If that's
you see Lee's message comment.
You said, please don't do it. Please, what's that? Stay.
I'm not allowed, mate. Not his wife there.
No, yeah, that's yeah. She does have a soft spot for little Billy. To be fair.
very, very little.
She did say you're rather smaller in real life.
I'm 5'8". I'm very small.
You know what I mean? But I think we've about ended there on record numbers. We've ended up on nearly 2,800 of you watching live here on a Sunday night. Listen, guys, you got work tomorrow. I ain't. Bill has. Monty's got school, and Penn's always up early anyway. So there. But I was going to say thank you, everyone, once again. And with that, we are going to be out. So go and follow us on our socials. And don't forget, anyone wants to apply for the SNF Media podcast job, get in touch now. Give us a call. Dial that number 07496 402 994 or email mike@thesnlf.co.uk if you think you have the minerals to be the next Project Wood, the next In Bed by 10, or the Mont. Guys, thank you. It's the end. Sleep well. Good night.
See you at the playoffs.
See you at the playoffs, and may the best team win.